Good afternoon. Today we'll be covering central tendency, and we'll be covering mean, median, mode, and weighted mean. Before we get started, let's watch a video on mean, median, and mode.
Mean, median, and mode. Mean, median, and mode. Come on, everybody, so here we go. The three M's that you really need to know. The mean, median, and mode. So, mean, median, and the mode. Everybody, come on, so here we go. The three M's that you really need to know. Mean, median, and mode. The mean. Come on, kids. Really, it's not so bad. Grab your data numbers from the table and first, you start to add. When you finally have them added up, then can you only divide? Because this is how you find the mean. Yes, the average number, that's right. Now that you found the average number, you see what I mean? Yeah. Come on, everybody, just do it again, please. Add them up and then you divide by the total number in the table. That's right. Add them up and then you divide by the total number in the table. That's right. Mean, and mode. Come on, everybody, so we go to the three M's that you really need to know. The mean, median, and mode. So, mean, median, and mode. Everybody, come on, so we go to the three M's that you really need to know. Mean, median, and the mode. The mode. M-O-D-E. It's the number with the highest frequency. It's the number that you will most often see. Come on, everybody, find a mode with me. The mode. M-O-D-E. It's the number with the highest frequency. It's the number that you will most often see. Come on, everybody, find a mode with me. Median, and mode. Come on, everybody, so here we go. The three M's that you really need to know. The mean, median, and mode. So, mean, median, and mode. Everybody, come on, so here we go. The three M's that you really need to know. Mean, median, and mode. For the third M, just think of a road. Median, the number in the middle to show. Before you start driving for the median, take this one step before you begin. Order, please. This is the one thing requested by Mr. C. It's like a little mathematics guarantee. Make a thing so nice and so easy. Take a step from side to side. Only take one step at a time. You have the green light, now it's your time to shine. One from the left and one from the right. Take a step from side to side. Only take one step at a time. You have the green light, now it's your time to shine. One from the left and one from the right. The mode. Come on, everybody, so here we go. The three M's that you really need to know. The mean, median, and mode. So, mean, median, and mode. Everybody, come on, so here we go. The three M's that you really need to know. Mean, median, and mode.
Okay, and that concludes our video on mean, median, and mode. Pretty cool, right? Can someone share one thing they learned from the video?
The mode is the most common number.
Very good. Now we'll take a look at central tendency a little bit more in depth, and we'll practice doing some calculations with mean, median, and mode. Measures of central tendency are those values that represent a typical or a central entry of a data set. The three most commonly used values are mean, median, and mode. And also a little bit later we'll be taking a look at the weighted mean and how to calculate that. The mean is the sum of the data entries divided by the number of entries in the set. Here are the two formulas that we use to calculate the mean. We have the formula for a population mean as well as the sample mean. For example, here's a data set. Notice that there are 7 data entries in the data set, and they range anywhere from 440 up to 840. In order to calculate the mean, we're going to add each number and then divide by 7. If we add all the numbers on the numerator, we get 3,590. Divide that number by 7, and you get your mean, 512.9. The median is the value that lies in the middle of the data when the data set is ordered. Not all the time will your data sets be ordered, so it's necessary to order those before you find the median. Odd numbers of entries means that the median is going to be the middle number. When you have an even number of entries, the median is in the middle as well, but you have to take the two middle entries, add them together, and divide by 2 in order to get the actual median. Here's an example. Here's a data set that's unordered. We ordered the data set from least to greatest, and we find that the middle number is 470, and that's our median. Here's another example where there are an even number of data entries. Here's the data set unordered. Here it is ordered. The two middle numbers, 470 and 480, are added together, divided by 2, and you get 475 as your median. The mode is the data entry that occurs with the greatest frequency, as you already told us, Kelly. When no entry is repeated, then there is no mode. When there are 2 or more entries with the same greatest frequency, each one of them is the mode. Here's an example. Here's our data set unordered. Now we order our data set in order to find the mode, only because it's easier to recognize the pattern if we order them from least to greatest or greatest to least. In this case, we've ordered it again from least to greatest. Notice that 440 occurs twice, and it has the greatest frequency. Thus, the mode is 440. Here's an example when there's no mode. Notice that all the data entries in the set are different. Here's an example where there are 2 or more entries with the same greatest frequency. Notice that there's 440 twice. Do you see another number that's there twice?
No.
Okay, well actually 500 is there twice.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong spot, sorry.
That's okay. So you see that there are 2 entries of 440 and 2 entries of 500. So the modes in this case are 440 and 500. Let's take another look at a video that's going to go over weighted mean, and it's going to show you how to calculate weighted mean. When we're done, I'll ask any questions, so just let me know if you have any questions about weighted mean, and also be prepared to share anything that you may have learned.
In this video, we're going to look at how to find a weighted mean. Now, this is slightly different than a normal mean in that a certain weight gets worked into all of our data points. To be a little bit more specific, here's what a weighted mean is. In a weighted mean, we look for a mean of each value when it is multiplied by some sort of weight. And we can use the following formula to help us out. In this formula, you can see each of these little xi's is the data point, and these wi's are the weights. So all of them get multiplied by a weight. Now we're dividing by the sum of all the weights. That way we get our mean. To see exactly how this works, let's look at an example. So according to a certain teacher, they like to grade their class on a weighting system. This means that every category in their class has a different weight associated with it. So their homework grade weight is 25, quiz grade weight is 30, test weight is 10, and final exam is 35. What the weights tell us is that the final exam counts for quite a bit. And so do the quizzes, but looks like since the weight on the test is very small, that doesn't count for a whole lot. So using these weights, suppose we have a student who got an 88 on their homework, a 71 on their quiz, 97 on their test, and a 90 on their final exam. We're going to find their average score, or their weighted mean, according to the teacher's weighting scale. So let's go ahead and do that. we need to take each of the students' scores, these are like our data points, and multiply them by their respective weight. Let's see, they got a 25 weight for the homework category, so 25 times 88. We got a weight of 30 on 71, weight of 10 on 97, and a weight of 35 on 90. So every single data point is multiplied by a weight. Now we need to add up all of our weights to see what we need to divide by. So 25 and 30 is 55, 65 and 35, so we need to divide by 100 when we're done. Let's grab our calculators and quickly add this up. All right, so on the top, 8,450. And all of this is being divided by 100. So it shows that our students' average score is an 84 and a half. Now, this kind of makes sense in the context of the students' actual scores, because you can see that their quiz grade is quite low, and the quizzes have a pretty significant weight on them. So even though they're doing really good in their tests and their final exam, it's not helping out as much as it needs to, because the test is only worth a weight of 10. So remember, when looking for the weighted mean, take your data points and multiply them by their weight, and divide by the total weight.
Okay, are there any questions about the weighted mean video?
No.
Okay. Well, just to review, weighted mean is used when data sets contain entries that have a greater effect on the mean than other entries. A weighted mean is given by the following formula. Mean being the sum of the data values, one data value times the weight divided by the sum of the weights. Let's go ahead and take a look at your homework assignment for this week. And notice that the homework is assignment 5, and it does go over central tendency. And you can access this actually in our Blackboard course under week 2 and go to assignment 5, and the Word document will be there for your viewing. I just want to let you see what the homework assignment looks like and go over the questions and basically see if you have any questions about the homework assignment. It says, given the following data, answer the following. Part A, you're going to have to find the mean, the median, and the mode of the data set. If it's not possible to find any, that just means that the central tendency can't be found from the data set. But in this case, that won't happen. Determine which measure of central tendency best represents the data set. The average points per game scored by each NBA team during a regular season. All of the points per game, the average points per game, are listed here in the chart. This is your data set that you'll use in order to compute the mean, the median, and the mode. Number 2, you'll have to find the weighted mean of the data set below. And basically, it gives you mean scores for a college statistics course by major. And the question is, what is the mean score for the class? There are, if you notice, 8 engineering students, 5 math major students, and 11 business major students. So if you add all of those up, that will be 24 students total.